we're sitting in what people like to call the gay beach, the LGBT community's beach, the people's beach. When I was a runaway, when I had no community at all, I came and I witnessed something that I never even knew exists. That was a sense of family.
The first time I came to Reese Beach was 20 years ago. I moved here from Florida and I came to New York to be gay, basically. And I had no idea New York City was even on the beach.
A friend said, hey, let's go to the gay beach. It was absolutely fabulous. The beach is just a huge part of who I am, what I love. And when I moved to New York, started understanding my queerness, started understanding my transness, and it felt like maybe I wouldn't be able to go and feel safe at the beach again. I got out here and immediately could see just other visibly trans people, people who didn't seem to care how their gender was being perceived.
Regardless of our gender, our ethnicity, the ability to relax with friends, the ability to have a good life. In many ways, it celebrates what New York is all about.
This is considered our Mecca. This is our Fire Island, our Hamptons, our Boca Raton. This is the place we can celebrate. So we need to fight for this piece of land. We need to fight for that piece of land. Jacob Riis Beach, Pier 1 and 2 has always been our home. There have been artists, poets, performers, and community here for decades.
This predates this, supposed queer liberation of June 1969. This has been a space of joy and liberation long before then. A bunch of years ago, I started a Reese Beach Instagram account because I wanted to show Reese through the decades. When I found out the beach had been a gay beach since the 1940s, I immediately wanted to see what that looked like. In the 50s and 60s, men used to sit on the railings and get ticketed for their shorts being too short. And they were basically trying to kind of keep the gay visual further away at that time.
I think that continues today when there's this hyper focus on how we're loud or unruly or sexual. And if you go to I'm from South Jersey, people are doing unspeakable things on the beach. And that's true for so many beaches, right?
So the complaints have been, we are nude, we are naked, we are lewd, we are fastidious. And the reality is we are people just like their people.
We're so used to seeing signs from parks that are don't do this, don't do that, you can't do that. And it was really showing up last summer when there was a lot of increased policing. In response to that, I really wanted to uplift what we can do and really remind people that we are allowed to be here. Right here used to be the Neponset Beach Hospital, which was opened in 1915. So if we're imagining that there's this hulking building here, right, it's blocking people's ability to see onto the beach. It's also creating just a sense of identity for the place.
People felt safe. They were behind the walls. Outsiders, people not from this community, wouldn't necessarily be gawking from the outside. And now it's open to the world.
And then we're seeing just the things that make Reese Reese just get literally demolished. The sand has been pulled away by erosion, which is also the result of uneven development. Literal beach is shrinking. The building that really defined the space and held the space is gone. We're walking toward the Jacob Riis Park bathhouse. It is on the National Registry of Historic Places as part of the Jacob Riis Park Historic District.
In this area, we're dealing with gentrification once again, but now on the beach. That bathhouse, that historical bathhouse, that historical place that's been here for years is about to be turned into a hotel. To serve who? To serve what community? That's gentrification at its best.
In all of the renovation development of this space, there's not a consideration for how it might affect queer use of the beach or like social use of the beach in general. I think for me, the problem really becomes about the uneven development. We're talking about a working class queer beach. It's not going to line up.
Oh gosh, I can't imagine a New York City without a Reese Beach. It is incredibly vital for a city of this scale and for any city to have an outdoor space where people can gather, especially for queer people to gather in the sun, outside.
It's queer to take care of each other. Some of us come from families that our parents said, oh, you're like this, I'm not taking care of you anymore. And so it's built into this community that we know that like we take care of each other. We are each other's family.
And we need to think about health and wellness, what therapy would look like for a lot of community members in this space. I would like to use repurposed stuff to create a health and wellness center in that Neponset spot. Something up off the ground that's going to be protected.
The idea came because of the LGBTQ community here at the beach, that maybe we could put together a community land trust. Purchase the land from the city of New York and begin to develop both a community center as well as services appropriate to the beach. People need to feel that they have some self-determination in a place where they can go and celebrate community and develop the rules that they feel are appropriate to govern both their actions and the use of the land.
We've had to create our own safety around wheelchairs. So the mat that you see down there, community did that. Community raised the money to get an accessibility mat and wheelchairs. That's community taking care of community.
It would be great if we could build more of this infrastructure to the beach. My hope is that it's not at the cost of it being an accessible beach financially to the people that go there.
The importance of Reese also reflects the scarcity of safe places and the scarcity of like specifically queer spaces. I would love for this beach to feel less necessary. I would love for this beach to feel less important, but that would require that we felt safe everywhere.
So this fight is bigger than just me. It's bigger than just us. It's about us fighting for our space in New York City. Stonewall is not here. Sweetie, that little triangle park can't hold 20 trans women, black trans, big trans women, but this space can hold us all.